I'm saying hello today on August 5th, 2010 from a gorgeous place in the countryside just a little bit west of Peterborough, Ontario. I'm here with Kim Blackwell from the Fourth Line Theatre. Kim, tell me a little bit about the Fourth Line Theatre. What kind of an organization is it? Since when has it been around? What do you guys do here?
Okay, sure. We are, this is our 19th summer season, and we produce environmentally staged historical plays on our artistic director's 160-year-old family farm. So where you're standing right now and where you'll see the show tonight has been in artistic director Robert Winslow's family since 1854. And in the late 80s, Robert's mother got sick and then unfortunately passed away, and he inherited the farm. His father had died many years before that, and he didn't have any equipment. He wasn't a farmer, he was an actor and director and writer, so he decided, well, why don't I create a theater out here? So we did a play in 1992. We thought we were only going to do 6 performances of it. We ended up doing it for over 2 months, and it completely sold out, and people just seemed really hungry for locally told and locally realized stories. So well, that's the other element. Not only is it atmospheric theater under the stars in the barnyard, but you also produce topics that are of very immediate Canadian relevance, right? That's right. All of our stories have generally a local, but certainly a Canadian historical aspect to them. So we have produced 22 world premiere productions here on the farm, and we do them in a large-scale way. We use a mix of professional actors and local community volunteers. So, for example, tonight's show has 37 in the cast. Wow, We've had as many as 84 people in a cast. Oh my God. And we use all different parts of the farm. It's a 100-acre farm, and we primarily use the space that you're seeing behind me is the barnyard, the old barnyard. So there are 3 old barns. Is there any way we can walk in there? Yeah, we can walk in there now. Sure. Wonderful. Let's have a peek. Okay. Let's show some of these interesting spaces. Outdoor theater. I'm really curious. Now, what's on tap for today? What is the production that we're going to see today? You're going to see a play called The Right Road to Pontypool today. And so the actors are just warming up, and the crew is setting up for the show right now. Yeah, and so this is you can see the old dairy barn, the cow barn, the big barn, and another barn here that we've converted into audience seating. Is that ever cool? We seat about 330 people here. And then you'll see action will happen from all around you. We start the play far, far out, almost at the next farm. You're kidding? Yeah, and we use all the fields. That is amazing. Yeah. What a completely different concept. Absolutely, yeah. It's a very unique place to work. Well, I was staying at a bed and breakfast about a month ago, and just over south of Peterborough, and the people that were there were watching the Port Hope play. El Dorado Town, yeah. Yes, and there were actually 2 couples that were staying at the same bed and breakfast, and they both came back and said it was a wonderful experience. Oh, great. So it was a wonderful play. Yeah, I've heard a lot about you very recently. I never knew you were here, but you've got a very interesting concept, that's for sure. Yeah, well, I think, and also our audience, we engage our audience very early on in the process of writing. Sometimes it can take 4.5 years for a play to go from idea to the stage. And we do a lot of public reading. With the ideas? Yeah, sometimes writers will come to us with the ideas, but more often than not, we will come up with the ideas ourselves. Really? Yeah. Now, what's your background, actually? Are you from the performing arts? I've worked in theater for about 30 years, but I'm born and raised in Peterborough. I've lived in lots of other places. Great. But I now live in Toronto, and I come back and forth. You come back and forth. Well, it's not far. That's a good thing. It is not far. Right. How often do you perform here? We perform for the 2 months of the summer, July and August, so we do about a 16-week season by the time we set up and rehearse and all of that. And how many days a week? We normally do Tuesday through Saturday, so 5 days a week. That's a lot, yeah. And then each show, we usually do sort of a July show and an August show, and each show ends up doing about 21 performances. Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah. What a great outdoor setting you've got here. Beautiful, pretty pastoral farmland in the background. And I got Mark right here. Mark is your other creative partner. He's the publicist. Oh, he's the publicist. Wonderful. I will come back to you. I like the idea of creative. Well, you know, it takes a lot of people to pull this venture off, so you've got an important role. Let me come back to you in the next clip. Thank you, Mark.